Today, I'm creating the weakest character to ever exist in the Skibidi multiverse. When I say weak, I mean really weak. So weak that even the weakest agents would be able to defeat him. I'll be doing this by going through a bunch of characters and choosing the worst one in all of these 6 categories. Then, I'll combine all of the weak traits into one Titan to create the absolute weakest Titan to ever exist in the Skibidi multiverse. So, the weakest character would clearly have the lowest IQ ever for a Titan. And trust me, there are a few of them in the series, like the Drill Titan. I know that's what came to your mind, but give bro a break. Even if he acts dumb sometimes, it doesn't mean he doesn't have some brain cells left. He can still plan and strategize. There are some even dumber Titans than the Drill Titan, like the Pennywise Titan. Bro even brought a toy gun to a fight. Who does that? And ultimately, that led to the Camera Titan using his core blast to roast him down to the skull. But even if he was a little dumb, he still showed he had some strategy in him with the hypnosis feat. Yeah, bro is just a clown, that's all, and it got him defeated. However, the worst IQ ever in the Skibidi multiverse is that of the 02 mutant. As it suggests, he's just a mutant, and it seems his brain cells got fried a little too much compared to 01. I mean, bro is just there like a sloth on drugs, slow as hell, fighting without a strategy, not able to properly evade attacks, and I doubt he can even talk, unlike 01. So yeah, he's a good pick for our Titan's IQ to make him as dumb as possible. However, for the next trait, we have our Titan's durability. For this trait, we'll try to get the most vulnerable Titan in the series, which would be a little complicated, but I think for this trait, the first candidate should be the Speaker Titan, based on the fact we saw how vulnerable he was throughout the series, especially at his base form, taking the shell bomb attacks from the SCP toilets with the explosion literally blowing him away. We also saw these same shells being casually taken by the Drill Titan, so yeah, there's a difference in durability. Even when he was upgraded, we saw how the blast from 01 was able to knock him out of the air, inflicting damage. And thereafter, when we saw him save the Pencil Woman, he was still pretty roughed up from the blast. Well, the Dom's Titans are naturally durable, but the Speaker just falls behind, and it's his greatest weakness. However, another Titan to check out is the Pencil Woman. Yeah, you heard right, the Pencil Woman. She is literally afraid of fire and doesn't dare come close to fire-based attacks. It literally burns her out, as the material she's made of is flammable, making it one of her greatest weaknesses. So, because of this, she only fights at a distance to minimize the amount of hits she could take. So yeah, this Titan is surely not on the durability side. So basically, our weak Titan would be literally made of paper. That sure is not durable. So we picked the Pencil Woman's durability. Let's move over to the next trait, which is his weapon. Well, the weapons in the Skibidi multiverse are quite overpowered. However, there are some weapons that would make you question their importance. For this trait, we are going to be using the Titan's weapons at their base forms, as the upgraded ones are just too overpowered. So, the first weapon is the base Camera Titan's machine guns, the ones on his shoulder. He barely uses them based on the low output when he was getting uninfected. We saw that he used it on the Speaker Titan, and it didn't have any significant effect on him. So yeah, that is a very low damage weapon. Or how about the pre-upgraded Speaker Titan's chains? We saw when the pre-upgraded Speaker used it against the Balls mutant, and it didn't have any significant effect on it, only just a few injuries. And besides, the weapon just has a little sharp knife at the edges, so it wouldn't deal too much damage. However, do you know what is the worst weapon to ever have in the Skibidi multiverse? It's 02's saw blades. Like, what do you want to use it for against Titans like the Drill Titan or the Camera Titan? And it's not even a sharp weapon. I mean, who moves around with a blunt saw blade? A mutant, of course. Yeah, so I guess the weapon for our character would be the saw blades from 02. Let's just hope it's able to cut wood for our Titan. So far, we've chosen the IQ of 02, the durability of the Pencil Woman, and the blunt saw blades of 02. That's 3 traits, and we have 3 more to go to make this Titan the weakest you've ever seen. So, the next trait is the speed. Well, for this trait, the first candidate is the Drill Titan. I know you're thinking, but the Drill Titan is fast. Well, apart from flying, which naturally increases your speed, the Drill Titan is basically slow in movement speed based on the structure of his body and his weight. He's basically a slow Titan, so he's a good pick. Another candidate is 01, as he's quite tanky and does things slowly compared to his size. Although we can't directly determine his weight, it may be the cause of his slow movements. But when we are talking about weight, size, and being slow, there's a particular titan, or should I say fortress, that would basically take a lot of energy to move around, the G-Man Apocalypse. Yeah, that fortress. We are going to be picking his speed. I mean, we all saw how long it took for him to literally swing his sword. So just imagine our character taking minutes to swing a sword. Yeah, that's straight up what we need. Alright, let's move on to another trait we need to make him as weak as possible. What race do you think he should be? Well, there are a few we could give to him to make him as weak as possible. We could go with the toilets, just like this guy who got slapped by the drill woman. Oh, poor toilet. But of course, he'll be much larger in size to make him a titan. The toilets are a good pick, but what about the mutants? They seem to just be goofing around and are easily put down. Their general durability is not decent enough to call them a strong race, as they could be burnt with rays from TVs or easily injured with a sword, and they don't even possess regenerative abilities. So yeah, I think he should be a mutant, just like 02, but a very weak one. However, for a very important trait, we have the energy reserves. This titan should have a very low energy reserve so that he literally gets tired easily. Well, there are various candidates that would be fit for this criteria. We can say the Skibidi scientist, as we saw his blasts are basically just weak-ass lasers that don't do a lot of damage to opponents. Or we could pick his counterpart, the Pennywise toilet, who uses goofy arc attacks without any significant energy. But the ideal candidate for this trait would be C-Pen, as he's basically a robot and would depend on maybe electricity or a battery. Who knows, he may even run out of charge while in battle with his weak-ass machine guns. What about the trait of size? I think he should be as small as C-Pen, so he can easily be kicked around by the Titans for fun. Yeah, this is ideally the weakest you can ever be as a Titan in the Skibidi multiverse. However, check out this video to find out what would happen if all the camera Titans invaded the Skibidi multiverse. Unique Clockman out.